What's up, everybody? This is Rob Brandt.
And this is Rick Brandt, and we are the Brothers Brandt.
Welcome back to episode 149 of the Brothers Brandt podcast. We're calling this one College Football Bucket List Stadiums and Atmospheres to Go To. In our previous episodes, Rick and I have detailed our top 20 college football stadium experiences, and we both agreed that we really need to come out with an episode that has all of our ones that we want to go to, because there still are a lot of stadiums that we need to check off the dreams list before this is all wrapped up, Ricky. So you excited for this
I
episode?
agree.
This is going to be a good one.
I'm excited for this episode. I'm just as excited to get out to these campuses and check out these stadiums in the coming years with you, Rob. We've done a lot, we've seen almost all of them, but believe it or not, there's still a few out there that the Brothers Brandt still need to check off. So,
And we
Rob,
we have seen these teams play. Most of them, or a decent amount of them, we have seen them play, but just not at their home facility, which we really that's what you need to do. You can't count the neutral site games.
no neutral site games. You want to get on campus a couple days in advance, take a tour of the facilities, walk around, check out what you want to check out, and then on game day, just embrace it all. So let's start, Rob. We've got 15 stadiums to run through here. Is that your list?
Yeah, I looked at your list. I got no qualms with your list. I like your list. I like everything on there. I got a couple that I need to add on to my own personal list. Okay, so we're gonna roll with the 15, 14 that you have, and I'm gonna tack in some, okay?
Perfect. So why don't you get us started here, Rob? What's the one on the bottom of your list that just made the cut? You want to go to, you're not going to change your
All right.
life to get to, but what's the one that you just, let's keep it on the list.
All right, so here's one, Rick. I'm really surprised that you did not put this on there. But I am gonna go with North Dakota State University Bison, the Fargo Dome. The NDSU has put themselves on the map for the past 2000 century, or 21st century. They have won the FCS in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019, and in 2021. And North Dakota has nothing going on football wise, no professional teams. That is their thing on Saturday, the Fargo Dome. Rick, we got to bust out the yellow and green tuxedos and make our way to North Dakota, my friend.
There's just a couple states that I haven't been to before, and that's one of them. So I'm in.
All right.
What's next on your list?
Okay, so I got another one that is towards the back half, but I really want to go to. I really do want to go there, and it's right in my backyard in the Northeast. It is Boston College Chestnut Hill Alumni Stadium. Okay, I really want to go to a Boston College game, specifically one game in particular, and that is the Wells Crowther game. For those of you guys who don't know who this is, Wells Crowther, a very somber note right here, 9/11, New York City. He's got a whole documentary about him, this guy, Wells Crowther. He's from Massachusetts. He played lacrosse at BC. He was like the captain of their lacrosse team. He got a job in New York City. He was unfortunately in the tower when 9/11 happened. And he was known. This game is known as the Red Bandana game. If you just Google or search Red Bandana, Wells Crowther will pull up. Basically, the story goes that Wells could have easily left the towers, but he had a background in firefighting because of his family all being firefighters. And his grandfather gave him a red handkerchief, a red bandana that he always kept with him. He played with it at BC and all that. And the story goes that he could have left the towers, but he kept running up and down, carrying people down, bringing them down, saving other people's lives. And it's an incredible, tear jerking documentary and inspirational. And Boston College commemorates him with a red bandana game that is sold out every single year, 44,000 fans in attendance. Everyone's rocking red bandanas. I got chills just thinking about it. And even at the university gets into it, where they change the uniforms, and the numbers on the uniform kind of have like etchings of a bandana. You see a lot of customization going on in college football. So it's super moving. I really want to go up there for a game. They're playing Florida State University. They always mark one game as the Wells Crowther game.
Wow. Awesome. Cool. Well, now all of our fans know the history behind that. And I'll tell you, Rob, when I was in high school, I actually did a sleepaway camp up at BC. You might recall.
Yeah.
I've played on that field. I've been in that stadium, the locker rooms. And yeah, it's a cool spot. And when the team's doing well, absolutely. The game you just mentioned, that atmosphere's probably got to be electric.
Yeah.
Do you have any other ones that stand out to you?
Yeah, I'll go with one more before we hit your list, but and I agree with your list. I got no qualms with it. I agree completely. One thing I'll say is that stadium is on campus too. I love stadiums that are on campus. Alumni Stadium, and it's 44,000. So it's not that 60, 70,000 person stadium trying to fill it all the time. So I'd be really stoked to go to that game. One that you did not have on your list that I was absolutely shocked running through it is the University of Iowa Hawkeyes. How do you not have the University of Iowa on your list, Rick? It is easily one of the top 5 college football experiences, in the sense that they do not have NFL teams in Iowa. Preferably, we'd like to go to an Iowa State game where it's a battle for the state, which would be epic. Kinnick Stadium holds 69, 70,000 people, screaming Hawkeye fans, but they have one of the coolest traditions in college football, where at the end of the first quarter, they wave to the children's hospital that is positioned literally right next to the stadium, where all the children are watching the game. They got posters, they got all this stuff saying like, "Go Hawkeyes" and all that. And everybody in the stadium waves at the children's hospital. Moving, heart-wrenching, or not heart-wrenching, but inspiring.
It's an omission by me, and I take full ownership. It's certainly someplace that I definitely would like to get to. I think maybe perhaps if I had to find a reason why I didn't include it, is just the play of Iowa football has been really difficult to watch over the years, and very low offense. But you're right, Rob, that atmosphere has got to be great. I certainly would like to get there earlier in the year opposed to later in the season. So we'll keep that one on the list. Absolutely. I definitely would love to get out there with you.
But I'd only like to do it
getting for into mine
Cyclones game.
Yeah, I think those are taking place a little bit later towards like Thanksgiving time. It's more of a rivalry thing. So I don't know how I feel about being
Bundle up, Ricky. Bundle up.
Well, this next one here on my list, Rob, as we start to get into it, and let's knock these out here because there still are a decent amount. Stanford Cardinal, Stanford Stadium. Rob, this stadium was built back in 2005. It's 50,000 fans. It's nicknamed The Farm. And yes, with conference realignment going down, who's to say where Stanford will end up in which conference? But those fans, that band, I think it just would be a really fun spot in the, California days in the fall to maybe catch a game out there. That's the one on the bottom tier of my list that if we get to, we get to. That'd be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Next up is a stadium that I absolutely want to get to. There's no wishy-washy about this one here, Rob. It's actually the only stadium on our lists that doesn't even exist. This stadium has not been built yet, but they have broken ground and they are in the process of creating a new Aloha Stadium for the University of Hawaii, which will be year 2020, seating 30,000 fans right along the Pacific coast. Rob, that is one we need to bookmark when it opens.
Absolutely, 100%. I saw that. I was like, absolutely, we need to go to that game. At first, I forgot that they were building a new one, because they always played in like the Pro Bowl one, which was just like so big and like barely anyone went. But I'm loving that these teams are totally understanding their demographic, their breakdown, and they're making it intimate. They're making it intimate with 30,000. I'm going to touch on one right here that I did not mention, but again, this is on my list to go to. And Rick, this is in the Pacific Northwest. We got to go in September when the weather's beautiful. I think you know what I'm going to say. I'm surprised you left it off your list. And that is Husky Stadium. That is the University of Washington. Easily ranked one of the top 10 most beautiful, scenic stadiums in the country. Like, I know University of Washington football doesn't, shatter any records. They're not vying for the natty. They may, like, sometimes they sneak up on Pac-12 teams. They vie for the Pac-12, but again, the Pac-12 is the Pac-12. It's not going to vie for a championship anytime soon. So Husky Stadium, 70,000. And it is right on the bay, right on the sound. So that is just breathtaking. And I want to go there in a boat. Someone's got to drive me in a boat there.
That would be fantastic, Rob. I agree. Another omission from yours truly. I've seen renderings. I've seen games there. Early September would be fantastic. Book it now. All right, here's another one for early September. The University of Wisconsin Camp Randall Stadium. This stadium is over 100 years old, dating back to 1917. It seats over 80,000, and it truly is one of those major campus stadium atmospheres that are unlike any other when the team is doing well. So, I'd love point Wisconsin again with you and check out a Badgers game. That would be fun.
That'd be fun. And I love that they play the song Jump Around when they score. A lot of universities do that. Baylor does that. But I think Camp Randall, when you get that student section dressed in their red and white overalls, just embracing the jump around, it's jumping, baby. It's jumping.
Oh, yeah. And here's another one, Rob, that I really want to get to. And living in the state of Texas, I'm not too far from. So it's on the list, my friend. Oklahoma State University, in what might be the funniest named stadium. No offense to the gentleman who this is named after, but it's the Boone Pickens Stadium.
Boone Pickens Stadium, baby.
Built in 1920, 60,000 fans. And that, Rob, would be pretty cool to check out the Cowboys.
Yeah, poke them, baby, poke them. Yeah, I got no qualms with that. If it's close to you, if it's easy to get to, no big deal. Let me grab this one right here. Mississippi State Davis Wade Stadium, 1914, 61,000, Hail State. Yeah, I mean, I think we gotta knock off all of the SEC. Like, we gotta go. It's football, baby. It's football.
You hit the nail on the head. Here's a fun one, Rob, that I think would be really enjoyable. Again, early fall, Nebraska Cornhuskers Memorial Stadium. This year, actually, it'll be 100 years old, 90,000 fans, and it's called the Sea of Red. I would love to go there in some sort of outfit with you, dressed as actual, like, corn huskers, like the corn stalks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. I have a friend who graduated from there who told me to go, but it just didn't work out with our schedules. But I'm sure if I told him we would go, he would roll out the red carpet, get all the tailgates going, things like that, show us around, show us a good time. And a friend of mine here in South Jersey, actually, his uncle is best friends, and his uncle is the special teams coach at Nebraska, and he's friends with Rule, who was with Temple, and that's how he knows him from the Philly, New Jersey area. So we're definitely gonna have to get out there soon. That'll be a lot of fun, and yes, we need to be dressed like Cornhuskers, and they actually have a big contingent of players from New Jersey. If you look at their roster, they have Nebraska, but there was a couple of players on their team, actually, Rick, from Middletown, New Jersey, that helped them win back-to-back national championships, or 2 championships in 3 years back in the 90s, which is pretty impressive. So
that's exciting.
Storied University. Let me grab this one. Rick, Boomer Sooner. Okay, Boomer Sooner. University of Oklahoma, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, 1923, 86,000 Boomer Sooners. So
iconic stadium, a lot of tradition, a lot of history there. If you're in Oklahoma, and man, how cool would it be to knock out on like a Friday, Saturday, like we did Oregon State, but catch an Oklahoma State and an
I want to
Oklahoma.
come out. I want to come out on the wagon.
I mean, that would be sick. That would be really sick. Somewhere where we haven't gotten to yet, Rob, down in Alabama, another SEC school here, is the University of Auburn, War Eagle Jordan Hare Stadium. 1913 is when it was first built, 87,000 fans. That bald eagle they have during the national anthem will get your juices flowing. And those teams down there are always hard hitting. I would love to see a game in Alabama at the University of Auburn.
I mean, the University of Auburn with Cam Newton, and they had a bunch of great running backs to come out of there, and like there's a lot of other great players. A lot of NFL talent comes out of there. Iron Bowl, Alabama versus Auburn. I mean, that one game where they returned the missed field goal to upset Alabama was nuts. So, would love to catch an Iron Bowl game. But I would love to go there and just check it out. It looks like a beautiful stadium. So we're gonna go to Rick. This is an absolute must for anybody, and I'm shocked that we haven't been there. But again, it all just comes down to logistics when we're booking our road trips, and this one just did not check the box. And that is Hotty Toddy, the Grove, Ole Miss, the University of Mississippi, Vaught Hemingway Stadium, 1915, 64,000 fans. Look, we're just going to call a spade a spade. Are they going to win the SEC? Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Are they going to win a national championship? Nope. Not really. Haven't been super relevant in the past, 5-10 years. Maybe when Eli Manning played there, but still wasn't going to get it done. But they're never going to lose a tailgate. They're never going to lose a tailgate. Hotty Toddy, the Grove is undefeated as the best tailgating spot. We've had friends who attended the University of Alabama, Rick, that went to Ole Miss for a road game because they had to enjoy the Grove, and they even said it was way better than Alabama. They said it was better than Alabama. So the Grove is an absolute must. Rick, what are your thoughts on that?
You and I have been to neutral site games before where Ole Miss has played, and we've been impressed with the fan base. So
they travel.
They support their team, and we will absolutely get to the Grove in the near future. Moving right along, Rob, here's my top 5. And rounding out my top 5 of stadiums I really want to get to is Ohio State University, the Shoe. Over 100,000 fans, Ohio Stadium, built over 100 years ago. It's just a legendary venue, and we got to get there, and we will.
Yes. And Rick, I would have moved this higher. I know why you put the next one on here. I'm going to read off the next one, and I think I know why you put it there. But the team just has to be better. The team just has to be better. I get it. I know what you're going there for. You're going there for the chop, baby. You want to be in that atmosphere. Florida State University, Tallahassee, Florida, Doak S. Campbell Stadium, 1950, 79,000. They call it Doak. And I get it, Rick. Like, when they're doing well and they got the chop going, I mean, it's absolutely electric. But the team just hasn't been relevant.
They haven't been. They've been struggling lately. But if you think about when all teams are doing well, what are the top stadiums you want to get to? And give me that all day long. Florida State University. Right. I'm there 10 out of 10 times.
And these next 3, Rick, I think we're going to check off the bucket list soon, within the next 3 years, I would assume, for these next 3. I know one we're checking off in a month or so.
That's right, Rob. You and I are heading to Knoxville, Tennessee this fall. The cat's out of the bag. The brothers Brand are back, and we're heading to Tennessee to see the Volunteers in Neyland Stadium this September. Rob, it's a stadium that seats over 100,000. And technically, it's 101,000, pushing 102,000. So just massive, massive stadium. And it's right there on the river, kind of like you talked about a few other stadiums. So you just know the environment is going to be excellent. The weather, The team's been playing well. I am excited to get inside that stadium, Rob, with you. The checkerboard end zones and the stadium fans in the orange and white. It's going to be fantastic. Number 3, Tennessee Volunteers.
Book it. And then when I saw this one at number 2, I actually was it sure, we could put the shoe at number 2. We could put, Ole Miss at number 2, but I actually like this one at number 2 because I've been catching a lot of Texas Christian University games, Big 12 games. Love the Frogs, the Horned Frogs. Love their color scheme, the purple, black, and white, and silver, and the crazy jerseys that they have, the blackout jerseys. I love when they score a touchdown and the place just goes all black and they turn the lights on and off. I love their stadium. I think it's really freaking cool. Amon G. Carter Stadium, 1930, holds 50,000, so it gets packed. It gets ruckus. And they were in the college football playoffs this year, and I think they're gonna stay. I think they're gonna keep getting these recruiting classes, and I really enjoyed it. I love watching them. I can't wait to go to a game there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Right in Fort Worth, Texas, right around the corner from where we're at here down in Dallas. So that's gonna happen. That's a no doubter. And here's one, Rob. My number 1, your number 1. This was a number 1 before I married an LSU Tiger. We have wanted to go to Death Valley, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, since we knew what college football was. This stadium will be celebrating its 100th anniversary next year. Tiger Stadium. It seats over 102,000 fans. And in the evening, on a Saturday in the fall, it is just magnificent. And so, Rob, we will get there. This is our list of stadiums and college campuses, the atmospheres that we still have not checked off. So there's a lot here, and we're going to have a lot of fun getting to them all.
It's going to be a blast. Thanks for listening. I'm Rob Brandt.
And I'm Rick Brandt, and we are the Brothers Brandt.